Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the Police Department Community Connection. I'm here with Rich, and we're going to give you all the important updates from the past 7 days related to what happened in our community, from crime incidents that occurred to important events that we were at and upcoming events that we have. Just a plug for Coffee with a Cop tonight. So 6 o'clock, Starbucks North. Hope to see you there. Rich, haven't seen you much today. I've been out. You've been here working your rear end off. So how's everything going?
Going good. It's been a busy day, but a good day today.
Busy day, but good day. I was at Trevecca this morning at a criminal justice class speaking to 26 students about our career. And then we got here and Congressman John Rose was here visiting with our staff. I think he's out on a ride along right now with staff. So that's pretty cool to have a U.S. congressman here and checking everything out related to our police department and how he can help us through the federal system and what he can do to help our police officers out there, give them the tools that they need. And then have a Willoughby Station homeowners meeting tonight, and we have Coffee with a Cop tonight. So you plan on being at Coffee with a Cop?
I will be.
Cool. We have a couple folks joining here, about 38 watching live, but Lana just saying good afternoon, and Janice, just thanking us for keeping us safe Tuesday over off Lebanon Road. So we'll talk a little bit about that, Janice. And Danny, good afternoon, and Sarah chiming in with hello. So awesome stuff. We're glad you're here. Rich, take it off with a weekly update.
All right. So this week we're covering the week of September the 9th through September the 15th. Getting right into our numbers, we had 719 police calls for service, 71 fire department calls for service, 23 crime reports, 58 arrest charges, 239 traffic stops, 107 citations issued, 32 non-injury crashes, and 5 injury crashes. So on those crash numbers, our injury crashes are down a little bit. Our non-injury crashes creeped up a little bit. So we kind of flip-flopped a little there this week.
Sure.
On our crime reports, we had 8 family disturbances, 7 theft reports, 3 fraud reports, 2 property damage, 2 sexual assaults, and a trespassing. On the theft reports, a couple of those were from vehicle break-ins.
Yeah, we noticed a couple vehicle break-ins occurring mainly on the south end of town. The Lifestyles apartment community had a couple over there. So there were unlocked vehicle burglaries. So be sure you're always locking your car, keeping the keys out of your vehicle. Definitely take the firearms out of your car, but always, always, always lock your vehicle. Typically, these thieves are targeting unlocked vehicles or checking door handles. But if they see an item of value through the window, they will likely take that opportunity to bust a window to then access that item that's inside. So, you don't want to leave your items just out in plain view.
For sure. And then getting into our arrest charges this week, we got 11 arrest charges for driving unsuspended or revoked DLs, 8 for warrants, 6 for simple possessions, 4 each for vandalism, no driver's license or motor vehicle theft, 3 each for DUI or theft, 2 each for leaving the scene of a crash or evading, and 1 each for possession of drug paraphernalia, public intoxication, resisting arrest, simple domestic assault, criminal impersonation, passing of a school bus, felon in possession of a firearm, and reckless endangerment.
Well, that's a lot of high numbers there, but that is all proactive activity from your police officers. They're out there working to keep the city safe, and that is what generates those different stats that you see. 4 people were charged with motor vehicle theft because your officers found a vehicle that was stolen, and of course someone gets charged with theft charge related to that. Thank you, Rich.
And then on to the neighborhood and school zone traffic enforcement. Tuscan Gardens, Jackson Hills, Park Glen, Hickory Hills, Oak Hall, Kelsey Glen, Old North Green Hill Road, Curd Road, Goldenberg Gateway, and all of our school zones. 55 stops, 30 citations, and 2 arrests.
Good stuff. Good work there.
And then do the Guardian Shield ALPR program. Checked away a few more numbers here this week. 84 stolen cars, 43 stolen plates, 3 stolen trailers, a missing juvenile, and 23 wanted persons.
Awesome.
And that's what I got for you this week on stats.
All right, good deal. Thank you. So, our week started off Saturday with a stolen vehicle coming through from stolen out of Clarksville, but it was full of Nashville juveniles. And they eventually, I guess, stole this car. We're in this car driving through our community. Guardian Shield alerted on the system. And when our officers attempted to stop it, it immediately did a U-turn, struck another vehicle, and continued to flee from our officers who then got out spike strips, spiked the car, disabling it, and eventually stopped it on Woodridge place. And again, 4 juveniles inside. The driver was 15. There were 2 16-year-olds and a 14-year-old as well in the vehicle. Some drugs in the car as well. But again, where Guardian Shield is working for us, alerting us to their presence. There's no telling what they were going to do in our community. We can always speculate, but there's no clue. But what we do know is they cannot cause harm because our officers intercepted the vehicle and stopped it and got them into custody. So that is always good, and we're thankful that there were no serious injuries involved in that. It was fairly low speeds for a short distance, and thankfully we were able to use the spike system to disable that vehicle. And then on Tuesday, we had a stolen car from Franklin that was stolen. Were left inside. It alerted to us on Guardian Shield. Our officer noticed it, and they quickly pulled into a business along Lebanon Road near Highland Drive. And 2 suspects jumped out of the car and immediately ran into the woods. So we set up a containment perimeter. We called out our drone team. We called in a lot of officers to help us find these suspects. And the first one was found fairly quickly. He jumped from behind a house and ran to hide into a shed. One of our officers saw that, took him into custody quickly, and then we began to look for the other suspect. So, we put this out through our MJ alert system, which is our text alerts, which is super helpful because we are then able to give the information to our community to be able to look for these suspects. And we began to receive reports from community members when they saw this suspect coming out of the woods at different points, and that helped us track them down with our different canine teams that we called to assist. Canine Milo tracked for a long period of time, and then we called the airport police with their canine teams to respond to help us as well. Wilson County Sheriff's deputies were also out helping us search because this person was continuing to track north towards the lake on Needmore Road and also Grandview and Lakeshore Drive. So going north towards the lake, that's the Wilson County Sheriff's Department's jurisdiction. So they were helping us find the suspect. And eventually he popped out of someone's camper off of Lakeshore Drive and got into a wooded area. Of course, we got the call again, set up containment there, and then took that person into custody about 9 hours from the original incident. He was hiding behind someone's furniture on their deck. And that's where he was taken into custody. And they were wanted, for some serious stuff, 5 felony theft charges out of Knoxville for that suspect that took us a while to capture. But your officers stayed at it. They were persistent, committed to that apprehension. And we're just grateful for our community who helps us find these bad people when they try to hide in our communities, amongst our homes, amongst our properties. It's always helpful when we get those calls when they are spotted. So that worked out very well. And then, of course, MJ Alert. Again, that's how we keep you informed about these different incidents that occur. It's how we send you LAST to that phone number 67283 to get registered. And if you have nothing to do tonight, you want to meet some of the department leadership team, I'll be out. Our deputy chief will be out, including our lieutenants Brockman and Neely. Many of our police officers, our SRT team, we are all going to be at Coffee with a Cop this evening from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. at the Starbucks North, which is on Lebanon Road near North Mount Juliet Road. So we hope to see you there. It's a great way. You get free coffee, but you also get to interact with your police department, bring the kids to get to check out the different equipment items that we have out there. And we hope to see you. So 6 to 8 at Starbucks North for an evening edition of Coffee with a Cop. Rich, I'm going to turn it back to you. How's that weather looking?
It's looking a little wet this weekend. We got a good chance of getting damp over the weekend. Temperatures are going to be pretty nice, low to mid 80s throughout the weekend. But as the weekend progresses, we're creeping up on the rain chances, going Friday into Saturday, getting into 40-60% chances, and overnight into Saturday into Sunday, slight chances. Some of those storms may be getting severe. They're still a little iffy.
Okay.
But the long-term forecast going into the weekend, they're saying overnight and into the morning time on Sunday, we might have some severe thunderstorms, but still a little early to nail that down, but just kind of be weather aware, folks. And always remember with those brief downpours, because we get a lot of those around here, the water tends to pool quickly. Turn around, don't drown. You can never know. We've seen it one time over off of Woodridge where some of the pavement decided to wash away. You never can tell if that water gets so deep, it just picks up that pavement and moves it right out of the way. So be very cautious with those brief and quick downpours. So be very weather aware.
Awesome. And it's like this weather sneak up on us. I've just been kind of out of the loop because we've been so busy. Because I thought tomorrow it was only like a 10 to 20% chance of rain, and now I see it increasing to 50% towards the end of the day. So I guess something snuck up on us.
Yeah. So basically, my fellow weather nerds in the crowd, basically the short version of it is the moisture that's coming up from the Gulf and the tropical storms hitting the cold front coming down from the north.
Okay.
So they kind of run into each other and cause all this fun in the atmosphere. So,
all right. Well, hey, that's always good information to have, Rich. Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
How about we give away a gift card?
Absolutely.
Folks, if you've been here long enough watching these, you know the drill. $25 to O'Charlie's is the gift card that we have today. To be eligible, you have to be a resident of Wilson County or a county connected to Wilson County. Type in hashtag MJPD live in the comments, no space before or after or in between, and you can be registered for this drawing, the virtual drawing for a gift card, $25 to O'Charlie's. So hopefully you're a winner. We'll see what we get. Last week we had about 29 entries, and let's see what we get for this week. But if you win, just email me, and we'll get it to your home either by mail or someone will drop it off. My email will be in the comments.
And Cap, while we're waiting for some of those entries to come in, I saw a question sling by there while you were talking. I believe it was Miss Brenda asked about some of the blasting going on up here off of Sunset Point off North Mount Juliet Road. To answer her question quickly while we're waiting, it's just related to some new construction they're doing over there.
Is that part of Nicholsville area?
Nope, right over here off of North Mount Juliet Road, just south of Lebanon Road.
Mm-hmm.
We got an email about it today, just letting us know that they're doing some new construction right over there.
Blasting. I think that, though, is Nicholsville. It backs up to Sunset.
Oh, you're right. Yes, I'm sorry. The backside of Nicholsville. Yes.
Yeah. It's actually a nice little connection to have an extra in to that neighborhood. So good deal. I'm trying to see if I missed any other comments while we wait.
We're up to 32.
All right, let's go for a draw. Let's hit the button for draw. Let's see who's going to win this one. All right, Judy Deloach Taylor. Awesome. Congratulations, Judy. Just email me, please, your address, and I will get this $25 to O'Charlie's gift card to you. So very cool. All right, folks, if you have any questions, type those in the comments. We always like these updates to be interactive and give a moment to our community to ask anything related to the police department or what's happening out there. Good question from Don. Who is responsible for the clock near North Mount Juliet Road, Kroger? It is 1 hour fast. So that would be City Hall. And Rich, I bet you can email Marty for us and just let him know about the clock hour being off. So Don, thank you for that info. We will email those who can get it fixed.
Made a note.
Awesome. Thank you. So yeah, folks, if you have a question, you can type that in. We go over a lot of information in these updates just to keep our community informed about what's happening out there. Many watch it live, but also many more watch it when it's not live, when it's already recorded and on the different social media channels and YouTube, whatever it may be. They can watch it after the fact to get the updates that we provide. But awesome, good deal. Rich, are you going to be at Coffee with a Cop this evening?
I will be. I always got to hit it when we do it at Starbucks.
Okay, gotcha. I have a helping friend over here. That's
what up,
Jacob
Jake?
Laster. Jacob is our new multimedia specialist with the police department, where he helps us with photography, video editing, those different photos and video, and producing up little packages that go on all of our social media. But he's also our digital video evidence technician that helps with our body-worn camera. So he has great skills. We are glad that he is a member of our police department. You will see him at a lot of events coming up, mostly every public event he will probably be at. And instead of me always carrying the camera around, it'll be Jake carrying the camera around and really getting those good shots. So a lot of the different content you have been seeing this week, a lot of the good photos have came from his skills. So we are glad to have his skills here. I got a question here, Rich, from Carol. Doing the call late, but who put the flags and crosses by the train station? Looks great. So, Carol, those flags and the crosses are kind of a temporary thing. The crosses were made by a local resident out of Hickory Hills, Mike Bean. He is a veteran of our armed services, and he made those crosses in honor of those military service members who were killed in the Afghanistan attacks recently, and he has them displayed. They were displayed at the Green Hill High School football. There's also a set of crosses down by West Wilson Middle School in the truck that sits out that way. So we appreciate him and putting that stuff out that way. So and it's very, very neat to see. And those flags were up extra for the September 11th Remembrance ceremony. I have a question for you, Jake. It says, is your mother the Rutland librarian?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, yes, Jake's mother works at Rutland Elementary. She's been at Wilson County Schools for many years, and his father has been a Metro police officer for many years, handling fraud and financial investigations. So he has some good experience there. And April has a comment. So you guys are the best police department my family has had. We are unfortunately not in the area anymore, but we miss you guys. So April, miss you too. Get back to Mount Juliet. You know, we're always, some say we don't want any more people, but I don't think they have a choice. Mount Juliet is a destination and people want to live here. They realize the good quality of life that we have. Question from Angie. She says, hey guys, love the crosses at Eagle Park honoring our recent fallen soldiers. Sally, we are missing one cross already. That's interesting. We'll have to check on that and see why maybe one is missing or if it fell down or blew away. So Rich, you got that noted?
Yes, sir.
And Amy has a comment. Could there be some extra school zone lights added to North Mount Juliet Road in front of the middle school? So, you know, that's something we've talked about with the state. It's a state roadway, so they manage kind of what we can put up with school zone lights, and it meets the standard what is out there today. We try to have presence of police officers out that way, and if someone is truly paying attention and driving safe, they should see the flashing beacons that is letting folks know of the school zone. You know, it's like a police car. You can put all the blue lights you want on a police vehicle, and it still gets hit simply because no one ever looks up to see the police vehicle blocking a hazard or on the side of the road, and they hit the officer, they hit the vehicle. But that's why we were also trying to give good presence out in our school zones. You know, throughout traffic enforcement this week, our officers were in all the school zones in some form, shape, or fashion doing traffic enforcement. You know, by the nature of what we do, we cannot be in every school zone 24/7 at all the different times school zones are taking place. But we do provide good attention to those areas. We are blessed to have a community engagement unit that has officers assigned to school zone and neighborhood traffic enforcement. And these officers aren't tasked with handling the daily calls for service that keep officers away from that extra enforcement. So they're able to continue their focus on enforcement, which is helpful in ensuring our school zones, our neighborhoods get attention for traffic related enforcement. You know, there's places out there in other, you know, cities and jurisdictions that don't have that dedication. And so, you know, their officers are always busy on calls for service. So the neighborhoods never see a police officer. We try to do it a little different. We try to have officers who are always tasked to that job and being present in our neighborhoods and school zones. And then you have your officers who are also out there answering the calls for service. And Karen just saying, welcome, Jake. And Liz saying, welcome, Jake is too. So good deal. Great. All good questions. Rich, you have anything to follow up or add to?
I think we're good tonight.
Think about it. Okay, cool. Again, Coffee with a Cop tonight, Starbucks North near Lebanon Road and North Mount Juliet Road from 6 to 8. We hope to see you there. At least come out and get a cup of coffee and meet us. If you can't make it, hey, maybe next time. It'll be next month on the third Friday of every month. Typically it's in the morning, but this happens to be an evening edition to get the folks who can't make it in the morning. Thank you all, folks. Like always, it's an honor and a privilege to serve you. If there's anything that you need whatsoever, just give us a call. Take care, everyone.